Welcome to our channel. If this is your first time checking this channel out, we are glad to have you here. We narrate the near-death experiences of those who have died and have seen the other side. If you enjoy these videos, please consider hitting the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icons to be notified of new content. Doing so is free and it helps the channel grow. To my returning viewers, I'm glad to have you back. Today's experience was sent to us by a sister named Eleanor Whitmore. My name is Eleanor Whitmore. On October 12, 2023, I had a near-death experience that changed my life. For 11 minutes and 32 seconds, I was clinically dead. What I saw wasn't just heaven, it was a meeting with Jesus himself. He showed me 3 important events that will happen before 2030, events that will shake the world. I'm sharing this not for attention but because time is short and people need to be ready. I was a nurse for 15 years, someone who relied on science and facts. Never did I imagine I'd experience something like this. That morning started like any other. After a restless night, I went for an early jog in my quiet neighborhood. The streets were empty and the air was crisp. At 4:47 a.m., everything changed. The last thing I remember was seeing headlights coming too fast toward me. The driver had fallen asleep. I thought, this is it. And then everything went dark. Suddenly, I was surrounded by a bright, pure light. It wasn't blinding, it was full of love. I felt no pain, no fear, just a peace so deep it's hard to explain. I saw colors I'd never seen and heard music that felt like worship. Then I saw my grandmother Sarah, who had passed away years ago. She looked younger and radiant. "Don't be afraid," she said. "He's waiting for you." Before I could speak, everything changed. The light gathered and Jesus stood before me. He didn't look like the pictures we see in churches. His presence was powerful yet gentle, full of love. When he looked at me, I felt completely known and completely loved. "My child," he said, "I brought you here because time is short. There are 3 things coming that people need to know about." Jesus showed me a vision of the first event. People were looking up at the sky, amazed by lights dancing above. These lights were beautiful but deceiving. Beings appeared, beings of light that looked kind and wise. They spoke about peace and unity but twisted God's truth. I saw Christians being tricked by their words. These beings quoted the Bible but changed its meaning. They talked about love but avoided repentance. They spoke about Jesus but denied he was the Son of God. Even some church leaders followed them and many young people were drawn in through social media. These beings will seem to offer solutions to the world's problems, Jesus said, but at the cost of truth. He reminded me of his words in the Bible. False teachers and prophets will come, performing miracles to deceive even believers. Jesus warned that we must prepare by knowing his word and staying close to him in prayer. Next, Jesus showed me the second event, a time of hope. I saw a wave of golden light sweeping across the earth, touching people's hearts. Jesus said, "When darkness grows, my light will shine even brighter." I saw people in surprising places turning to Jesus. A software engineer working on artificial intelligence suddenly fell to his knees in his office, praising God. A professor who taught against religion stopped mid-lecture, confessing, "I was wrong. Jesus is real." In homes, schools, workplaces, and even prisons, people were experiencing God's presence. But this awakening wasn't easy. Many believers faced persecution. Families were divided, people lost jobs, and children were mocked for their faith. "This is true unity," Jesus said, "not the false unity of the deceivers. This is born of truth, not compromise." He also showed me small groups of believers meeting in secret, filled with joy despite hardships. Miracles were happening, healings, deliverances, and people turning to God. Finally, Jesus showed me the third event, a time of testing and purification. I saw the world shaken by events that exposed false beliefs. People who rejected God became even more stubborn. Some Christians with shallow faith turned away. But those who truly knew Jesus grew stronger. "This shaking," Jesus said, "will separate the true from the false. It will strengthen my people and prepare them for what's coming." I saw Christians coming together to support each other, sharing resources, and depending on God for everything. Jesus said this shaking would lead many to salvation and prepare the world for his return. When the vision ended, Jesus said, "Tell my people not to fear. Though everything around them shakes, my kingdom cannot be shaken. Stay close to me, stay in my word, and stand firm in the truth." When I returned to my body, I knew my life would never be the same. I'm sharing this because God's people need to be ready. These events aren't meant to cause fear but to bring hope and preparation. Remember, Jesus is with us. His love never fails and his promises are true. That does it for today's experience. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and be blessed.